Just when fans thought Dr. Simone had finally drawn a hard line with her son, a new twist has everyone talking. Social media is buzzing with claims that she allegedly bought him a brand new car after yet another public meltdown, and critics are asking the same question. Did Dr. Simone just fold again? This latest M2M update is sparking outrage, sympathy, and a whole lot of debate because if the allegations are true, this changes everything about the boundaries she swore she was done crossing. If you've been following Married to Medicine, then you already know that Dr. Simone's relationship with her son has been one of the most emotional and controversial storylines in recent seasons. What started as a relatable look at a mother struggling to balance love, discipline, and independence has slowly turned into a public debate about boundaries, accountability, and entitlement. In this video, we're breaking down the latest M2M update that has fans divided. We'll look at where these new claims about the car purchase came from, what evidence supporters and critics are pointing to, and why so many viewers believe this moment represents Dr. Simone folding once again. We'll also revisit the pattern that fans say has been building for years, using specific examples from the show and social media to separate speculation from documented behavior. Most importantly, we're going to explain why this situation matters beyond reality TV drama. This isn't just about a car, it's about parenting, public pressure, and what happens when family struggles play out under a spotlight. And as we dig into the details, you'll see why many fans believe the real issue hasn't even been addressed yet. And that's where this story takes a very uncomfortable turn. To understand why this alleged car purchase has reignited so much backlash, you have to look at the long history viewers have watched unfold between Dr. Simone and her son. On Married to Medicine, their relationship has often been portrayed as loving but tense, especially when it comes to expectations, responsibility, and financial support. Over multiple seasons, fans have seen arguments about independence, motivation, and consequences play out on camera. In earlier episodes, Dr. Simone was vocal about wanting her son to grow up, take accountability, and stop relying on her for financial rescues. She spoke openly about being emotionally drained and even admitted that constantly stepping in might be enabling behavior rather than helping it. Those moments resonated with viewers because they felt real and raw, not staged for drama. However, fans also noticed a recurring cycle. Each time Dr. Simone appeared to set a firm boundary, something happened that seemed to undo it. Whether it was covering expenses, smoothing over conflicts, or stepping in after public blow-ups, critics argue that her actions often contradicted her words. That's why, when rumors surfaced that she allegedly bought her son a car, many people weren't shocked. They felt validated. The speculation began after social media posts and fan commentary pointed out what appeared to be a new vehicle linked to her son. While no official receipt or confirmation has been released, screenshots, timing, and past behavior fueled the narrative. Viewers connected the dots based on what they've already seen on the show, arguing that this fits an established pattern rather than being an isolated incident. Supporters of Dr. Simone pushed back, saying the claims were unfair and lacked concrete proof. They argued that helping your child doesn't automatically equal enabling, especially when mental health, pressure, and public scrutiny are involved. But critics countered with a key point. Perception matters, especially when you've made your parenting journey a public storyline. What really intensified the conversation was the language fans began using. Words like entitled, folding, and enabling started trending in comment sections and reaction videos. This wasn't just gossip anymore. It was a full-blown debate about whether Dr. Simone's public actions matched her on-screen promises. And just when it seemed like this would stay confined to fan speculation, former moments from the show began resurfacing, adding fuel to the fire. Clips where Dr. Simone vowed to stop saving her son were replayed side by side with the new allegations, and that contrast made the situation feel even more explosive. But here's where things get even more complicated. According to insiders, this alleged car purchase didn't happen in a vacuum. There were reportedly events leading up to it that haven't been fully discussed yet, and once those details come into focus, the emotional stakes rise dramatically. Because if those claims are accurate, then the question isn't just whether Dr. Simone folded, it's why she felt she had no other choice. The alleged car purchase quickly became the center of a heated conversation online, with social media fans dissecting every possible angle. According to multiple posts and screenshots circulating on Instagram and Twitter, Dr. Simone's son was seen in what appeared to be a brand new vehicle, sparking questions about who paid for it. Fans immediately drew connections to past incidents, arguing that this latest purchase fits a recurring cycle where Dr. Simone steps in after emotional blow-ups or public displays of frustration. What makes this situation especially controversial is the timing. Sources claim that this purchase allegedly happened shortly after a major argument between Dr. Simone and her son, a conflict that was already heavily discussed on the show and online fan communities. Many viewers interpreted this as a reward for behavior that some consider entitled or manipulative. Critics argue that instead of enforcing boundaries or consequences, giving in so quickly could reinforce negative patterns and send the wrong message about accountability. Supporters of Dr. Simone, however, offer a different perspective. They point out that public scrutiny of parenting is extreme in reality TV, and that showing love or support doesn't necessarily equal spoiling. They argue that her son has grown up under an intense spotlight, and providing a car could be seen as an act of care rather than indulgence. Some fans also point out that a parent's financial assistance doesn't automatically indicate a lack of discipline, especially when other steps are being taken behind the scenes to instill responsibility. But the controversy isn't just about morality, it's about optics. On social media, the moment the alleged purchase was shared, discussion exploded. Hashtags like hashtag Dr. Simone Folds, hashtag Entitled Son, and hashtag M2M Parenting began trending, with fans debating everything from parenting choices to the pressures of being a reality star mom. Reaction videos and memes spread rapidly, amplifying the debate and keeping the story alive well beyond the initial posts. Adding fuel to the fire, some clips from past seasons resurfaced. In these older scenes, Dr. Simone made several emphatic statements about enforcing rules, setting consequences, and refusing to give in to manipulation. Seeing those moments juxtaposed with the current allegations created a stark contrast that many fans couldn't ignore. The narrative that she folds under pressure was reinforced, even among those who previously defended her parenting choices. And just when you think the story might settle, insiders suggest there's more to the lead up to this alleged purchase than fans realize. There are claims of private conversations, family tensions, and potential negotiations that could explain why Dr. Simone made this decision, but none of it has been publicly confirmed. If those details ever surface, they could completely change the conversation and possibly escalate the controversy even further. This brings up a critical question that everyone is now asking. Did Dr. Simone feel pressured into this purchase, or was it a deliberate choice to continue a cycle fans have been noticing for years? The answer could either vindicate her actions or reinforce the notion that she's repeatedly giving in. And that's exactly what keeps fans glued to this unfolding drama. As the alleged car purchase continued to circulate online, the debate among fans intensified, splitting the audience into two very distinct camps. On one side, critics argue that Dr. Simone has established a recurring pattern of giving in to her son's demands, which they believe undermines her previous statements about boundaries and discipline. On the other side, supporters maintain that parenting is complicated, and public judgment often overlooks unseen nuances, especially when mental health, public pressure, and family dynamics are involved. Critics have been quick to highlight examples from previous seasons of Married to Medicine. They point to moments where Dr. Simone intervened financially or emotionally during conflicts, suggesting that each intervention reinforced her son's entitlement. Clips of heated arguments, tearful confrontations, and promises to enforce boundaries are frequently cited as evidence. To these fans, the alleged car purchase is just the latest proof that the cycle continues: confrontation, emotional display, and then acquiescence. Social media reactions illustrate the intensity of the conversation. On Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, hashtags like hashtag Dr. Simone Folded and hashtag entitled Suntrend alongside reaction videos, memes, and commentary from influencers. Many users express frustration, claiming that public parenting under reality TV pressure doesn't excuse patterns that appear to enable negative behavior. Comments often debate whether Dr. Simone's actions send a dangerous message about accountability, especially for younger viewers who follow the show and look up to her. Meanwhile, supporters argue that the narrative is far more complex. Some point out that children, even adult children, require guidance, especially when navigating fame, social pressures, and public scrutiny. For them, a gift like a car could be interpreted as support or reward for milestones, not necessarily indulgence. They argue that reality TV captures only a portion of family dynamics and often magnifies drama, which can lead viewers to misinterpret intentions. Adding another layer to the controversy are insiders claiming that behind-the-scenes factors may have influenced the alleged car purchase. There are whispers of family negotiations, attempts at conflict resolution, and private conversations that could provide context for the decision. While none of these claims are officially confirmed, they have fueled speculation that Dr. Simone's actions may have been motivated by a combination of pressure, love, and desire to protect her family's public image. This debate also taps into a broader discussion about parenting in the public eye. Reality TV stars face the unique challenge of balancing authenticity with scrutiny, where every decision can be dissected and judged by millions. For Dr. Simone, every gesture, whether a gift, a disciplinary measure, or a public statement, carries heightened consequences. Fans and critics alike argue about whether her son's behavior is the product of parental indulgence, public pressure, or both. And just when the argument seems to reach a natural pause, new posts, comments, and reaction videos reignite the conversation, keeping the story alive in a way few reality TV moments achieve. The cliffhanger here is clear. If more behind-the-scenes details emerge, the narrative could shift dramatically, potentially validating critics or vindicating supporters. The key question now looms larger than ever. Is this a one-time act of support? Or is it part of a pattern that defines Dr. Simone's parenting style? The answer will likely determine how fans and critics perceive her in the long term, and it could have implications for her role on Married to Medicine itself. The alleged car purchase hasn't just sparked fan debate, it has also put Dr. Simone's public image under the microscope. Married to Medicine viewers are deeply invested in the cast's personal lives, and moments like this can have ripple effects that go far beyond the show. For Dr. Simone, every decision is no longer just a private family matter. It becomes part of a narrative that shapes how fans, critics, and industry insiders perceive her. Historically, Dr. Simone has cultivated a persona of being strong, principled, and vocal, someone unafraid to call out behavior she sees as wrong, even within her own family. Those qualities initially earned her respect from fans who admired her honesty and commitment to standards. However, critics argue that the alleged car purchase contradicts this image, suggesting inconsistency between her words and actions. In a world where perception is everything, moments like this can significantly alter public trust. On social media, this tension is evident. Reaction videos, threads, and memes dissecting the incident have gone viral, generating tens of thousands of comments. Many users expressed disappointment, arguing that Dr. Simone's actions could inadvertently endorse entitlement and weaken her authority in her own household. Others defend her, emphasizing that parenting is complicated and that she may have had valid reasons for stepping in, reasons the public cannot fully understand. The controversy also raises questions about how this storyline will unfold on Married to Medicine. Reality TV thrives on drama, tension, and emotional complexity, and producers are likely to highlight this incident in upcoming episodes. For viewers, the appeal lies not just in the alleged purchase itself, but in the emotional stakes, the family dynamics, and the broader implications for Dr. Simone's relationship with her son. It's a storyline that naturally invites suspense, moral judgment, and speculation, all of which drive viewership and online conversation. Experts in media and celebrity culture note that moments like this can have long-lasting effects on a reality star's brand. While some viewers may sympathize with Dr. Simone, others may see the incident as confirmation of negative patterns, which can influence casting decisions, sponsorship opportunities, and overall public reception. In reality TV, perception often matters as much as reality, and this latest incident has put her squarely in the center of intense scrutiny. What makes this particularly suspenseful is that we don't have the full picture yet. Insiders hint that there may be more context behind the alleged car purchase, private discussions, emotional pressures, or family dynamics that haven't been disclosed publicly. If those details emerge, they could dramatically shift public opinion, either supporting Dr. Simone's actions or further fueling criticism. The cliffhanger here is palpable. As fans continue to debate, speculate, and scrutinize, everyone is left wondering what comes next. Will Dr. Simone address the situation directly on social media or in upcoming episodes? Will her son offer clarification or remain silent? And most importantly, will this incident redefine her role on Married to Medicine and her image as a parent in the public eye? This moment is more than just a sensational headline. It's a crossroads for both personal and public identity, where every action, statement, and response has the potential to escalate the drama or reshape the narrative entirely. To fully understand why the alleged car purchase has ignited such a firestorm, it's important to examine the psychological pressures of parenting in the public eye. Dr. Simone's role on Married to Medicine isn't just that of a mother, it's also a reality TV personality whose actions are constantly under scrutiny. Every decision she makes is analyzed, debated, and often criticized by millions of viewers, social media influencers, and reality TV commentators. This unique pressure can heavily influence parental choices, sometimes creating a cycle where private intentions clash with public perception. Parenting, in general, involves a delicate balance of setting boundaries, rewarding achievements, and addressing mistakes. Add the layer of constant visibility, and even a routine act, like buying a car for your child, can become controversial. Critics argue that repeated interventions, particularly after public disputes, can encourage entitlement and dependence. This is why many fans have framed Dr. Simone's alleged action as a fold, suggesting that she caved under pressure rather than enforcing the rules she publicly advocated. Supporters, however, point out that reality TV only captures fragments of family dynamics. Decisions that seem indulgent on camera may actually be part of a larger strategy to maintain family stability, prevent emotional harm, or address complex circumstances not visible to viewers. In Dr. Simone's case, the alleged car purchase could reflect a combination of care, necessity, and a desire to protect her son from public scrutiny rather than a simple act of giving in. Psychologists note that public parenting can create unique stressors. Parents may feel compelled to perform, to model ideal behavior, or to avoid negative press. This creates a paradox: act in accordance with private convictions and risk public backlash. Act according to public perception and risk undermining personal boundaries. For someone like Dr. Simone, every choice is amplified, every mistake dissected, and every act of generosity scrutinized for hidden motives. The fan reaction underscores this tension. Those accusing her of folding emphasize patterns, emotional outbursts, previous financial interventions, and a perceived inconsistency between words and actions. Meanwhile, her defenders highlight empathy, the pressures of public life, and unseen family complexities. This debate reflects broader societal questions. How do parents navigate love, discipline, and public visibility? At what point does assistance become enabling? And how much does the lens of social media distort reality? Adding to the suspense is the potential long-term impact on her son. Public discussions about entitlement and parental indulgence can shape perceptions of his behavior, influence his social media presence, and even affect future opportunities. If fans, producers, or industry insiders interpret this incident as evidence of poor parenting, it could create ripple effects for both Dr. Simone and her family, and